The screeching and the bursting sound of these tires, the smoke and the quick slides and the drifting on the pad means many different things to different people, especially on a day like this and many others to follow. The Blowout Festival, which is Zimbabwe's biggest car culture, music and lifestyle event, hosted by Selector Base, has a rich and long history which is consistent and traceable.
I think I started gaining interest in doing spin shows 2014, and then I did my first show 2015. Yeah, which was very successful at Long Cheng Plaza. We filled up the whole mall. That's when I realized that people actually like this thing. Yeah, from then we never stopped.
Promoting car spinning became easy, especially because Selector Base worked with pioneers of the sport in Zimbabwe.
Myself and Alistair Rosen are the co-founders of the sport in Zimbabwe. We attended a spin show, one on Friday, one on Saturday in South Africa, and I was amazed to see that the guys are doing this. And then I spoke with Alistair and I said, listen, we've got 10 hands, we're also able-bodied guys. Why don't we bring this to Zim?
And to our surprise, it was a success. It was a huge success. You know, people came through different backgrounds, different creeds.
The year was 2004 when car spinning sport was first introduced in Zimbabwe's middle density suburb of Braeside. Since then, the sport is growing popularity, especially among young people here, and it's easy to understand why.
We started spinning as a hobby. We really did this for fun until now, and it's a sport that brings people together. Basically, it's a family sport. You can bring your kids, you can bring any elderly person to come and watch that sport.
I started spinning when I was 13, right? My father was a spinner in Harare. Now we stay here in Gweru, right? We we had some cars back then and we spun a bit, right? So I learned from my father, and we were the Fat Cat and whatnot till I was 15. Then we stopped for a bit, right? And we continued when we were 19, 18. Right, I'm 21, we're trying our best here.
Mutambo ndakachitanga 2014. Chishandisa ka 1200 tichispina muma streets. Spina muma streets. Chizoumbirizwa ona mukoma wangu anochita Clive Jane. Ndiye akazoita kuti ndiwe ndichiumbiridzikawo pakuspina kwangu.
We started in 2019. How I started, I had an Alteza. So as a small boy, you know, being naughty, I used to do a few burnouts in the streets and what that. And then I've always loved the sport. One of my cousins, Morris, is late. Shannon Mayer's brother, Fat Cat's son, is the one who I used to, you know, I used to look up to him, and he made me love the sport.
For many, this could be a linchpin in realizing their potential in the sport and improve their livelihoods. The Blowout Festivals by Selector Base. Kuziva Nkomo of Ice Motors is a native of car spinning. He is a man living his dream. From a young age, he loved car sports and would emulate his role models, Goofer, Fat Cat, and others.
We are those youngsters that used to climb the Girawo and watch and say, one day I wish I'll also be part and parcel of this team, you know what I mean? So that age is what made us to be who we are today. That's why to us spinning, it's not a game, it's our lifestyle, it's who we are.
He has also found a new passion in motor mechanics, a befitting skill for the trade. Ice Motors powers Team Brendan cars and makes it easy for Brendan Benson to grace the spinning pitch with speed and precision.
Ice Motors assisted me with the things that I need to be able to do stunts. So I'm doing more of stunts than spinning now. And it's been quite a great time, especially with my family, my wife as well. is a registered spinner, and we are registered with an organization called ZISA. So we are actually professional spinners. Our vehicles have safety measures on them. So it's not something that you just try at home. You have to be careful.
Despite the perceived dangers to the sport, spinning can become a family passion. Farai Chikoto of Team Clinic is what many describe as an adrenaline addict, and on the spinning pitch, he is a grandmaster.
I used to be a biker. So now as I grew up now with family now, I then moved to spinning, because with bikes are a little bit dangerous than spinning. Spinning is at least it is a dangerous sport, but it's at least better than bikes. For you to spin, you need power. You need power. Yes, you can handle spinning, but you can't handle you can't spin without power.
I always say this to my friends. I actually want to grow away from just spinning. You know, I want to go as far as F1 because I've always wanted to be a racer. So spinning for me was like the basic foundation for me to get into motorsport and understand the pros and cons and, you know, what you face when you say you want to be full-time into motorsport.
But how safe is it to attend the Blowout festivals and car spinning sport events?
Whatever we do, kana kuti kuma fans zvese zvavanoona zviya I can say please don't try it at home. Ndochinje kutanga because zvinhu zviya point number 1 zvinoitwa nevanhu vakatraina.
Not only is spinning fun, but it is very, very dangerous.
The number one thing is safety. So we always make sure that our barriers are up to spec. We've always had fire extinguishers on site. Marshals is now, you find all of that is now regulatory. You need to have those things in place. Ambulance on standby. We also take out public liability insurance in the event of a mishap. At least we know that the organizers are covered.
Spinning sport in Zimbabwe would not have been what it is today if it wasn't for legends like Selector Base, one of Zimbabwe's greatest promoters with regional influence.
Selector Base is good. I like his shows. His shows are good. He's on point. We just need to support each other. You know, what it is you have to help each other in this game here to build, because it's a new sport.
And through the years, he's been pushing for the growth of spinning in the country. We'd like more people like Selector Base to come on board. Not only does he love spinning, but he's also a business-minded person, a very good marketer, where he's actually pushed our sport to even places we couldn't get into.
Tikati maspinners apa toti Selector Base apa graph rate rokukwira because the Selector Base is a big name. He's pulling the crowd.
Managed to bring in the culture. You know, when we say culture, he managed to bring in a lot of cultures to start and to appreciate what spinning is all about. For Selector, he is an entertainer, he's a promoter, he's a person that can bring in, you know, politicians in one area. He brings in people that love, you know, Zim Danso in one area, hip hop in one area. You know, he brings in those socialites, celebrities, they'll be there, you know.
Selector has been, he has really pushed the sport to another level. If it wasn't for Selector, yes, we could have been spinning, but trust me, for us to be seen out there, Selector.
Leveraging on the Blowout Festival and spinning sport popularity amongst the Zimbabwean youth, Selector Base is wasting no time and is very clear about his message against drug and substance abuse.
Blowout Festival is for everyone. It's even helping us to fight the drug pandemic, because you can come, there's food, you can come, there's cars, you can sell cars at Blowout Festival, you can sell car spares, you can network, and there's music as well. Artists, they've got a platform to perform, and there's acrobatics also. So it promotes sport as a whole.
So this is a new avenue that can really develop into something great for the nation. We need to come together.
It's really a good sport to keep youngsters away from drugs. Most of the youngsters, they're liking the sport. They're coming in numbers, big numbers. As you can see, the past events that have been held, youngsters are coming in numbers. It's only that it's an expensive sport. It's really an expensive sport to do, but it is a good sport in terms of if to keep our youngsters from drugs. It is a good sport.
I think that a lot of the youth at the moment don't understand the repercussions of these drugs that they're taking in the later years of their life. They think that everything is good now, but at a later stage, I don't think it's going to be the case, and the guys are going to regret what they're doing. So if we can sort of put a curb to that now, I think it'll be a lot more better, and that is definitely one of our goals.
And there are those who have worked tirelessly to ensure that spinning becomes a recognizable sport in Zimbabwe. Some would commit to sponsor and fund the activities of the sport.
We are glad to be involved in the spinning industry, the spinning motorsport. So we hope to see it grow, bigger. We need to get the youth out of the road. We need to get them out of the drugs. That's what this is all about. That's what we are talking about when we're giving back to the community. Giving the youth something else to do. I'll be very happy I know if the youth come there, they see the cars, they're going to develop a passion. They want to know what's happening in the engine. They want to open it. They want to see what's going on.
The road ahead looks wide and open for Blowout Festival and car spinning in Zimbabwe. And this might just be the tip of the iceberg.